Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is Dune, House Harkonnen, issue number 1. You can see the credits up here. Boom, there's the credits. I like the cover, although I have to note that those aren't Harkonnens. In fact, this cover is House Atreides on Caladan, because that's Caladan in the background. Kind of wild. We start off with some really tragic stuff. Gurney Halleck and his sister, as the Harkonnens kidnap his sister and take her off to well, you know what happens on with the Harkonnens, right? Um, so if you don't know, if you're not familiar with Dune, I mean, there was a movie that came out recently, a whole bunch of novels. Like, come on, like 20 books now in the Dune series. It's ridiculous. Although the best one is, you know, probably the first one by a long shot. Frank Herbert, 1969 or something. Dune, great book. Yeah, the Harkonnens are generally the bad guys. The Atreides are generally the good guys. There's some subtlety there. The whole thing is about intricate plans, how what you do sets up hatreds that end up having repercussions down the road. And this book looks pretty good. I like the art style. I hope the lighting here is okay. Like, I hope you can see what I like. These faces are all stylized wonderfully. Everybody looks unique. Everybody looks different. You can see what they're feeling, what they're thinking. It's great stuff. Now, this last panel here, that page, also great stuff. Over here, we have the Imperial Planetologist, Kynes. I thought the Kynes in the first series was Liet Kynes, but apparently it was his father. And so there's Liet Kynes and his father. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just lurk here, work here, live here, whatever. I just read the books, okay? So all my reviews about the original Dune House Atreides series, probably wrong in everything that involves Kynes, because I thought it was a different Kynes, because I thought Kynes was an old dude, not a young dude. Like, I thought Kynes, since he was, portrayed by Max von Sydow in the one movie, I couldn't remember his description from the novel. Like, so the Max von Sydow portrayal kind of took over what Kynes should look like. So I thought, yeah, it makes sense that Kynes would be like 20 years old when Duke Leto's like 10. Made sense to me. Anyway, the storm looks pretty cool in the background, doesn't it? I like the coloring here for the lighting of all their ship's instruments and stuff. That green really strikes, just goes boosh all over the place. We get a little bit of like social combat here. First, there's a dinner party, but we're going to cut here to Count Finrig and the Emperor. So Finrig's over here, like talking about the Emperor, thinking about the Emperor, looking at a message because the Emperor's talking to him. Then we cut to like the Emperor having a little flashback of him talking to his wife, who's been a Gesserit woman, lady, whatever the right term is, and gave him 3 daughters now, and he's like, "I'm going to kill you," and they're like, "That's probably not a good idea." Uh, her face is just drawn wonderfully. Like, look at the emotions coming across. It's great. Like, look at this steely gaze right here. It is great stuff. Even the person in the background, like, she has great facial expressions, and she's just a little background character. And we start off our social combat over here as they're at the dinner party. It turns into actual combat. We get a Canley feud executed. We already have somebody dead in this movie. We have one person kidnapped and pressed into unfortunate service. Let's put it that way, because I don't want to get banned by YouTube. You probably have a pretty good idea of what I mean by unfortunate service, given that it's the Harkonnens. Like, there's only a couple of fates that await you: pain, pain, lots of pain, lots of pain followed by death. Like, that's it. Like, if we're living on Getty Prime and the Harkonnen send troops to hang out with you, those are your options. I know two of them sound the same, but one of them is a little worse than the other one. Trust me. What a miserable planet. Like, it's no wonder they're the bad guys, right? They are obviously they're comic book villains. They just straight up are. But they're also rich and powerful, so who's going to stop them? Because nobody cares in the Imperium. Nobody does. So we got like two houses here. They're at a dinner party with Count Finrig, and blam 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 blam. Then the Emperor sends Finrig on an errand to go to Ix and see what's going on with the Tleilaxu. We see House Atreides. They're in the last couple pages of the book. We spend some time on Tleilax, or I'm sorry, not Tleilax, on Ix. Great stuff. We check in with everybody. We start setting up all the plot lines for this new series, and it was a whole lot of fun to read. I enjoyed it. I certainly did. And if you're at all interested in Dune, you might just enjoy it too. One of the things I like about this is I don't have to sit down and read a big old prose novel. Maybe the prose novel is a lot better. I mean, I kind of do like Kevin J. Anderson's writing. I'm just going to straight up admit that. Like, I like the Star Wars books, okay? But, yeah, not having to read a big old prose novel, letting some imagery help push stuff like that I'm supposed to be thinking and feeling about this in instead of having to, like, try to interpret it all myself. It's a different experience than reading. I don't know that I would like a comic book adaptation of the original Dune novel. But not having read House Harkonnen or House Atreides, even though I think I owned them, I think I've owned them for like 15 years. Uh, this is just kind of giving me a new look at what the universe looks like instead of me drawing upon memories of David Lynch's movie to fill in what the universe looks like. If that makes any sense. Anyway, you all take care of yourselves. Looks like we're losing the sunlight here. Glad you could join me though. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again next time. Remember to smash that like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye bye.